Everybody can hear me. No, it's not what I needed to do. Professional steamer moment right off the bat. F12 is not quite F11. Okay. Let me just check. Okay. There we go. So that should be good normally. Okay. Let's go. So today we are watching a playthrough of by Brave Knight Hall that made a full normal playthrough of Brawler using Knife with a focus on critical, and he finished. He went until chaos and beat it. So there we go. I'm gonna comment that. So of course we're gonna start with Brawler. I remember that he named him Kevin, and that was a reference to a Kevin from Trails of Mana, which is part of the Mana series from Square Enix, if I remember, which is also a Beastman in an action RPG then. Hmm, hmm, hmm. A lot of blood for the beginning. I don't know what is the sprite of Kevin, as I mean the guy from Trials of Mana. I just did check that it was supposed because Brave All Night himself said that the name was a reference to something. So I don't know if the yellow swap color is as well. It's not one of those that I tend to use myself. I still think that the clothes looks better than the knife. Just the visual aspect of it. I think it has more class to it. But it's true that in general the knife is powerful. As far as the charge attack goes, it's more powerful. The normal attack is better for the close though, and there are outside of the blood knife, which is overpowered. We have well, you could argue that clothes are better instead of for the equipment that you can have, especially since they are the two rare drop set. The ancient set and the mercenary set requires clothes. The mercenary set is probably not what we're going for, but the ancient set though, yes, that's right. Finally gonna invest into status. Okay. 1 point of vitality, I guess so. But yeah, we're gonna play the Knife Brawler, so I would assume there will be a lot of charge attack. I would have put more points into Intel. Dexterity is only really needed if you plan to do mostly normal attacks, because charge attack have, I don't know to which extent, but they have better accuracy than normal attacks. So switching this dexterity investment for intel is probably better for the brawler, as well as for an archer. I mean bow archer, but we use a spear. For a spear warrior, for maybe for flail dragonaut as well, and for the flail priestess. Maybe for sword ninja as well. It depends. it can be hard to hit those like super shots attacks. It's when you have this blue aura of impact. Wasn't this more damage? Yeah, I was about to say that there's chest down there. Unfortunately, it's only normal playthrough, so there wouldn't be no blood knife. Because blood knife is tier 2, that starts to drop when you go into Chaos Castle. So having 3 holes at Chaos Castle before before fighting Chaos itself, that would be quite lucky, unless farming. But for 4 hours normal playthrough, I don't think there will be that much farming, outside of just going for each enemy in sight. So at this point, this will already have been in handy to invest 1 point into the healing skill. But for what I remember, I think it will hold on from doing that for a long time. And yeah, finally putting 1 point into intel. Honestly, I would have skipped entirely dexterity, I think. Investing in guts, critical, it's fine. The brawler have these that you can invest in for the first few level in every skill into level 1, maybe even level 2, outside of maybe the weapon you won't be using, if you plan to specialize into one of the 2 weapons, and the evade skill. I'm still not sure of how it works, but anyway, it's better to not evade attack and consistently being hit and trigger guts. Because guts is massive. It's each level is I think that's 20 points of attack and defense. I mean, I never pay attention to the amount, but I know that it's significant, even if in advanced mode. We have a knife with a possible good enchantment on it. Yeah, so killing every enemy in sight. That makes up for max XP. I tend to just redo some dungeons to farm, but I don't know why you pop an angel wing there, because he already has 5 herbs, so it can just go instantly for the boss and be fine. The first boss is not very difficult anyway. There are some others that Wizard is is more annoying, for example. Hmm. Maybe he wants to check the enchantment on the knife or something. Which, okay, I guess. Rage. Isn't it attack plus curse? Too bad it's not useful. Oh, that would actually be quite cool for the start of the game. It's not quite an unlucky hood, but you know. Alright, okay. On average, you do get money from identifying any kind of item, but nowadays I tend not to bother identifying item that my characters cannot equip, so I would have leave this without ads. But it's not like it's a bad choice, because on average you still get money from it. Straightforward. We're gonna see a huge difference of damage against the bosses when Guts is activated. The Brawler is actually quite a successful boss killer. Maybe with the Archer, it might be the best actually against a single enemy with charge attack. Maybe a full blaze spam saucer can do as much damage, I don't know. A Nori shotgun. So a Nori shotgun from Goblin Fort to Robert's pirate ship, I think, included, would be level 0. And any forging of level 0 that does not include bone, yeah, I would go for intel. In fact, I would do 2 strength, 2 intel each level up, probably. For a while, at least. Because with healing, after, you don't need to invest that much into vitality. What I was saying? Yeah, tier 0 forging. So if you do not have bone or scale, any ore from the first few dungeons will be tier 0, meaning that it'll be an automatic fail forging. So it will be like an item that you can drop on monsters and everything with an enchantment. But it will be tied to your what you can have in the shop. So if you hold onto it for advanced mod, you will actually get pretty good items. So funnily enough, tier 0 is only bad if you do it as soon as you have the ore. If you hold on to it, it can give you incredible items. Not quite the best in the game, I think, because you still have I mean, I don't know. I know that for spells and scrolls you can only have level 6 from that and not level 7. But I don't know about the other pieces of equipment. I don't know why Getsora was weird for a second. It was like red. For now, it's actually okay to have this much intel, because you can see as it can almost maintain a good amount of SP. I would still have a little more, and you get a battery. Battering is a really good find for any character, actually. Of course, the physical character can benefit from it as long as they do normal attacks, which they probably will do at some point. But even the spellcaster benefit from it. It's not quite as useful as an enchant ring, but it can to release your spell, to start charging them faster. You have an attack animation to trigger, and the battering can help you in that. So it's actually better for advanced mod when enemies are faster, both for attack and for movement. I don't know if there's. I think there's an accessory that gives you more attack speed, like 5 attack speed. But maybe my mind's playing tricks, and that's another piece of equipment. I know there's a helmet that's major, usually decrease your movement speed, but increase your attack speed. Capital helm, I think. Level 2 knife. Well, I would have pumped 1 point into stun, 1 point into healing before. Okay. Before putting points into a knife. I think overall for damage it might be better to go for guts. I don't know. It depends if we are gonna spam level 2 charge attacks. As long as you can have a boost in attack like a trigger, or if you count on critical, it's better to do a lower level charge, because on average you will be more soul points effective. It can also trigger more stun if you have the skill, which 1 point is a no-brainer, but additional levels, I don't know. Level 1 is a no-brainer. Level 2 is arguably good for everyone to do as soon as possible, for like stun, healing, critical. After that though, you kinda always have the increasing effect investment. I have a bit of lag, I don't know. I think that's because I'm playing a video and recording at the same time. My PC is not a monster. That explains that. Oof, well, I tend to use my varying scrolls for like Chaos Castle, because it always does the same effects of instantly identifying an item, but with item increasingly more powerful from more advanced dungeon, you need more gold to identify them. So it's more effective in terms of money to hold on to them. Of course, that's another thing if you don't have any money left and you want to identify an item. But she still has money, so I will have hold on to that. I mean, there's also the fact that you have no money trouble by the end game, so maybe my point is irrelevant though. While searching for a secret passage, I remember that at some point, I think that's in the cave. Yeah, that's in the cave. He will show us a secret passage that I wasn't aware of. So yeah, getting to know all of them is quite a feat. Some of them are pretty well eaten. Yeah, spamming level 2 SP. You can see that it's less manageable now to get a good amount of SP. That's why. I mean, yeah, it's doing work, but while Guts is on, at least level 1 is more effective. I still didn't check the damage because I think the SP cost is about doubled, but it gets like a boost of 50-60% of damage. Yeah, you need to hit the head of Boken's ghost for that. And by the way, just leaving him here, it has no impact on the game, outside of, well, the fact that you see him in the inn afterwards, and the end screen when you have a pic taken, like a photo shoot, which is also changed by a few side quests in the game. Like the grandson that we have to save from the pirates. But that's all. It's not like he helps us, really. some bone. Well, it's not like this character doesn't really benefits from bone armor. That's a darkness glow. That's a rare drop from mummies, and well, it's for the dark wizard though, but that's still a rare drop, which is a really good find. It's about 0.3% chance to drop, something like that. So that's a happy find. It would have been better to have the mummy drop for the brawler, but what can you do? You need to go to the desert anyway to be able to complete the ancient set, and he's not gonna use it because it requires claw. And today we're playing Knife Brawler. Oh, by the way, I wonder if this Kevin dude, like on trial, might I use a knife in any way? Yeah, that's quite a difference of damage. Guts is a really good boss killer, but yeah, the lack of intel is. I mean, of course, as soon as I say that, the boss is dead. Yes. But yeah, more intel would be nice. If you want to put points into vitality, I think that the sweet spot would be until having to an amount of like 80 to 100 to be able to reliably trigger guts and then use a healing drop. By the way, we haven't talked to Grandma to do the well. We still have no soul on. It's gonna pop a firing scroll. Let's see what we got there. There's no knife though. Power stars, I think that's 5 res into the 3 fire, ice, thunder. Oh, that's 10. Sorry, that's 10. 5% is like sun enchantment. Bye bye, Barrel of Luck. I mean, having a little more items, appearance is fine, but that does not justify to have less defense. It's actually less valuable than vitality or power boost or something like that. Might have argued that the power barret was better. Keeping the rare drop. Unfortunately, this game doesn't have a stash like Borderlands 2 or other games. That's one of my biggest regrets, that on a single cartridge you cannot switch rare drops between your characters. Well, that's me a little bit. First, because these characters are healing, so I wouldn't have to pop an herb, but also you can just save quit or talk to Angela if you don't want to, and you'll have your health back freely. And free is good. I like freebies. A guy that takes some freebies when we give it to me, even when I don't need them in real life. So yep, I would not have thought that. I don't know if that's my my autism speaking for me. I don't know if he can equip the rat mask. I don't remember if it's for every character. By the way, you can stack guts, but that's actually one of the few reasons as to why you still want to have healing items with a brawler, because to trigger guts where you already have it, you need either you change area, or you pop an healing item to go back to more than 50% of your health, and then you can re-trigger it. There's nothing usual though to signal that there's two instances of guts. But it can be stacked. Which is especially relevant against bosses again. It's nice that the enemy is giving us the way for the secret passage. Unfortunately, this one does lead to nothing, but yeah, there's this one, and there's another one on the right, on the left, the other right, some might say. They took it. Well, I think this one was a silver chest, though. Well, it's not like a silver chest really gives us a better thing than wood chest. Maybe they have a higher number of unidentified items with enchantments. That must be all. And gold chests aren't really worth chasing for. I know that some people have found souls in gold chests from bosses, but I don't remember having that much. So it's not as good as farming specific enemies with the unlucky glitch. I think that the angel can give us arbiter, the golem can give us well, golem. I think that the soul is called golem, and the poison slime at least can give us Azuzra. The dragons probably gives us the atom dragon. Still putting points into dexterity. Well, I think that's probably too much. Still nothing intriguing, counter, stun. Those are just no-brainers. I would have popped 1 point into all of that right away. Having a level 2 critical though is... the thing is, each level gives you the same bonus of 2% more chance to pop a critical hit. So basically the first level invested into critical skill is doubling your chance to crits. Oh, it's a nice find. The fact that it has a nice effect as well. That won't be for the volcano because it's too far away. But and yeah, so about the critical skill, the first level is plus 100% to crit. The second is only 50% more, and then it becomes worse and worse. So the second, I would still do it, but after that, I'm not really sure. I think skill points would have been better in other skills, even with this same specific build. And yeah, this thing it doesn't serve any purpose outside of making a goofy screenshot. On the previous screen there was another door on the right that you can see. That's on the right. The room on the right gives you spiders instead of gizmos, and gives you a silver chest more than going on the left. So it's a little better. Forge about 9 damn. But upon equipment, outside of the bone shield for the Cleanse of Times quest, there's no real point into it. This character cannot equip it. Also, fun fact about the bone shield, if you didn't know, the Dark that can equip them can equip any of the bone armor variants. That's the only one between outside of the warrior and dragon that can equip heavy armor, but only for the bone variant. Sometimes I just see the Wizard's Palace portrait on the walls and they're so goofy. I mean, of course, they weren't made for such a big screen to begin with, but still. Yeah, too bad it's not on a knife. It would have been nice. Also about weapon enchantment, I still don't know if there's no way to really check it in the game. We still don't know if the stun effect on the weapon and the stun skill are like they stack, or if they are checked separately. Because if they stack, it has the skill has the combination has more value. I think it's a good idea to hold on to a lot of healing items for wizard. And I guess after the palace, we're going for the well and the first soul. I mean, you could also follow your first soul, grab the Oblivion level 1 from the Coliseum. But generally, usually I always do the Grandma as well. Although that's a good moment to remember that Brave Knight will be all the games as well, so if you want to check it. I put his channel link into the video's description. He's done other things. He has the same obsession of old games as me, apparently. So I'm glad to see that I'm not the only one. Yeah, that's another proof that putting more points into Intel would have been good. The dexterity investment is probably, and I don't know if you count charge attacks, if you how many you need, but I know that in normal mode the more difficult enemy to eat are the will-o-wisp family. They have like 130 dexterity, I think, and with charge attacks I think that over 60 dexterity maybe is enough to eat them all the time, and for every other enemy. Even the other fastest might be the bat, half of that dexterity. So I think with the amount of dexterity that this character already has, charge attack will get you throughout even Chaos Castle. I might be wrong though. I might be overestimating our accuracy as players, but that putting one more point into dexterity for every level will prove to actually be detrimental to the build. It already is difficult to justify not putting more points into Intel. Cloud Wing, no, I think that's it boosts Intel. Yeah, 5 points of Intel. It's arguable between that and the battery, but I think the Cloud Ring is better at this point. With that much strength, I wish there was a pointy to counter, because that would instantly kill enemies. That's another 1 point no-brainer, because I think that's the chance to trigger is very low, but when it pops, it's an insta-kill, because it's the damage of counter brawler's counter skill are 4 times strength. It's massive. I wonder if it can. I know there's a damage cap of 999 of 3 digits, but I wonder if the game actually can calculate small. If so, the counter brawler's counter skill can easily exceed it. And another one that could very well exceed it would be an archer against flying enemies. Yeah, we'll have to go back to Clantal to grab some items. And that was a nice, I don't know how it's called, but these mage dude is pretty annoying when you don't have range or aren't fast enough to kill him. Are we waiting there in real time? I guess not, because you need to go back to grab some healing items. If so, I would have been faster to talk to Angela or save quit. You can actually just save quit at any moment and go back to where you were in the dungeon without losing anything. So feel free to use this. What's purity? Yeah, I should have known. Okay, let's go. Actually, all these points put into vitality might come in handy because Wizardry will be pretty annoying to face. Let's see how this goes. Oh, I think it's focusing on the wizards. Yeah, general. I think it's easier to kill the gods first, because after that it's pretty easy to maneuver to avoid wizard's attack. And also, that's a habit to get. But due to Z paradox, don't go behind Wizards, because basically she has a larger hitbox behind her than on front of her. So absolutely ignoring them. Well, it's the brawler can do that because when gets triggered, it can cause some huge damage. Which is another reason as to why instead of going for critical, I would have put points into guts now. But yet again, it's not that going for critical is bad. It's just that it might not have been my priority. The brawler's range is actually pretty short, so it would be a clutch to hit wizards through a barrier or yeah. I mean, as soon as she stops, you know she's gonna put a barrier, so she has only 5 spots, so you know where she's gonna land. I'm suspecting for the brawler's evade skill, because apparently, unless it's hard to GG, unless it's just hard to measure, it doesn't seem to actually increase evasion rate like the skill is telling us. So that might increase your chance to not being stopped from attacking when you're doing a charge attack. But I would have to test my hypothesis, which would be really annoying. So, I still don't know how to do this. But I tested it by the fact that it doesn't seem to increase evasion rates that much by getting punched for a lot of times by low level enemies, and I didn't see that much difference. On average, statistically, there was no difference. My other clue would be that it might increase our chance to not get stuck into enemies when we're close to them. Going for knife damage. Each level into weapon mastery increase your damage to about 10% from previous level, and so it's less of an improvement that a low volume got again. I tend to only increase my weapon mastery to equip weapons that I already have, and I think that level 3 would get you the entirety of a normal playthrough, unless you manage to do some tier 2 forging gas casting. can never remember for the life of me if you're supposed to, like, if you want to get the Atom Dragon instead of raging, do you need to kill the lightning paste first or the fire ones first? I never remember. This time you kill the lightning one first, so you get the Atom Dragon. Okay. So if you want raging, you need to get the fire ones first. It's going for level 1 charge attacks, it seems. Level 2 charge attacks might be more effective if that's barely enough to one shot and one wave of attack the enemy. But it's difficult to really especially since it depends if you have guts or not. Yeah, I think that at this level 2 with guts is fine, and 2 level 1 is without guts is better. Yeah, that sounds about right for what I see. You can cancel a charge attack by just pressing L 3 times, cycling through your weapons and going back to the one you are equipped. Casually knifing through a tree. When I see the number of one session of D&D that I played, one of my players, that's one of the few times that I was DMing, one of my players shoot an arrow and the arrow pass through his teammate. Pass through the enemy without doing anything and hit his teammate. And I'm really saying that it passed through the enemy without doing damage because it connected, but it's not enough. Because the enemy had the resistance to well, piercing damage in this case, and the damage dice was 1, and it's to the undervalue, to the lower value that you round it. So it was actually 0. That's the end of the logic. Also, there was a chest on the left at the previous teleporter. Oh, I always get to remember when I'm into this dungeon as well. That so this is called the Spring Fairy, as in it's a kind of forest. I don't know what it's a spring, but I know it's a kind of forest. But for me, I played on the European version on another language than English, and the traduction was made as if spring was the season. It's the spring season of fairy there. I didn't pay much attention to that when I was a child, but now that I can actually talk English, it's one of the things that made me think that there were some sense lost due to the mistranslation. And I was absolutely right, because that was the secret to uncover what the counter skill from the warrior was actually doing. But I checked for the evade skill of the brother in katakana and everything, and it does seem to be to actually be about evasion. So that didn't help me. It's blurry. I mean, there's a lot of particles. This quest is can be frustrating, because if you don't pay attention and you answer yes to the girl when you give her the umbrella back, she doesn't give you any reward for it. I didn't pay attention to that before, because that wasn't so much of a big screen, but it seems like on the border of the different screens there are some fairy in the bushes, like the shapes of fairy in bushes. Maybe that was my mind playing tricks on me. Actually, now would be a fitting moment to go for more vitality, because the boss is doing quite some damage with enough habit is somehow easily to avoid, but he still packs a punch when you don't manage to avoid him. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry, I don't know what my headphone randomly disconnect. Actually, that's a nice weapon. You don't have the like bestiary page for the bosses, so I'm not sure, but this Cleon boss is supposed to be a spirit of water, so I would assume that he has ice resistance. Although it's true that there is some earth and wind magic in the game, and there's no resistance for it. I'm gonna turn off my mouse. Also, this boss Cleon is it might be the only boss that doesn't have anything more in advanced mod. I know that Gobovich has more. His fire spreads more. The giant from the cemetery has more rocks falling. Wizardry has also a better pattern of spells. And I don't know about well, maybe I'm being an idiot, but I still wish that for advancement we were facing both Cleon and the fairy. It's actually easy to avoid these ice rocks. You just need to march against the current and then drop your arrow keys when you launch the ice. That would be an automatic evade. But yeah, again, as soon as Guts is on, boss is down. Now you need to yeah, I don't know why they've done this, but you need to go back to kernel to access to your status board. I wonder if we'll do the e-pass shop before going to the ship. Also, we can say that the security of this castle is is pretty shady. I mean, the princess is able to just stall from the throne room. She's able to escape, what, 3 times in the story. For more critical. Okay, so before it was arguable whether it was better choice to go for critical hits, but now I'm sure, absolutely sure that it would have been better to put the skill points elsewhere. 3 skill points is 1 skill level 2. Healing, stun, oh, instantly past level 2 would have been more value than a level 3 critical from level 2. But to be fair, it's also true that in the game you have no calculations available. Instead, and I took the info from game FAQs, which I didn't check myself, but I have no reason to think that it's not true. But someone calculates that it was an increase of 2% chance to do a critical 80 skill level. If you know that the critical skill is not a priority once you pass level 2. The more level you have, the less the increase is noticeable. And I like this move. I think it came from the Coliseum, for the Coliseum to grab some normal items. That's exactly that. I'm thinking, but I don't think the Coliseum has anything very interesting for the brawler, outside arguably of the Master Ring, which would actually be good since the I don't know how to call him, but Brave All Knight. Can I call him Bulk? I guess I'm calling myself 3B, so I'm calling him Bulk. So Bulk has invested into critical skills, so the mastering would actually be nice. Time to boost crit because that's the eyeball rings from the pirate ship, which is like uncommon drop. But the Master Ring is still +4. But there was a chest on the right. Well, but I think that's a wooden chest, so not very important. Yeah, that's another thing of the game that is not very well explained, but plus X into critical hit from pieces of equipment, it's actually in percent, which makes total sense, but still the game doesn't display it that it's in percent. I would have waited to have the orc on screen a little bit higher, and it's the one that opens the door. Ooh, that's another rare job. That's for the Dragonauts. This one is actually one of the few for which the racer by itself can be good, mostly because it can drop as soon as the Goblin Fort. top end it is arguably good, but increasing your SP instead of Intel doesn't increase your SP recovery rate. Getting the A string, interesting. So we might drop some bombs on some secrets. I think though for a lot of ammo you need bombs instead of grenades because they have better explosion rates. That's one of the reasons to do this quest. The silvering is so good. Both rare one. Okay. Well, it's true that in the ship there are some undead enemies. There are some mummies, but mostly it will be the ghouls. I don't remember the family name, but yeah, the flying dudes with the lanterns. They are undead. This quest is such a miss in advanced mode. Instead of the silver ring, which is very good, you get the gold ring, which is miserable. It's just like +2 defense, which even in normal mod is very bad. And in advanced mode, it's I would assume that the dev had something in mind. Because the other advanced mod soul stuff is when it's similar, it's indeed better for the most part than normal mod counterparts. Like the ancient charm is literally double the effect of the ancient ring and stuff like that. But yeah, fixing the gold ring is one of the multiple accessories and / equipment that I would try to fix if I were to do a patch for this game. But I don't know though. Shall we do because for the enchantment that we're gonna have on the weapon, there's one that gives us plus 150 damage against undead and another one that is 200, so we can just do the same for the gold ring, and it's plus 200 damage against undead instead of plus 150 like silver ring from normal mod. It's an easy solution, a little bit lazy, but it makes sense, and it's anyway far better than the current gold ring that we have in the game. The umbrella's still there. Interesting. I just hope it doesn't answer and give the bad answer and gets no money for it. Because it's so sad when it happens. I still do this even but after all this time sometimes I forget about this. I'm guessing that's misclick because with silver ring on it gets some good damage. Well, misclick happens. What am I to judge? least one skill point where I've been pretty good again in hitting, for example. It just gives you passively so much, but it has diminishing returns and quite a lot. So one point in drilling is a no-brainer. 2 more additional points is fine. It's noticeable, but after that, probably not a priority. It's not that noticeable. I mean, each level is noticeable, but you'd get better value in other skills. And that's one of the brawler is difficult to really optimize because all of this no matter what you do outside of evade and just I mean you can still use the both weapons anyway. I do that often, even when I'm playing the warrior that has 3 weapons. But it's easier with the warrior because you can invest into tactics, which gives you more damage for the 3 weapons, even though it's not as much as investing into one master. There again, one point of healing would have given him getting back to full health while he does the shopping. We almost have a skill set, a set bonus. Hey, better late than never. Getting their umbrella back. The mistake was made. But yet again, I'm still doing that after all this time. I don't know how many playthroughs of this game I did. Dozens of them. And I still fail to remember to just answer no to this quest. Oh! I see a fire knife. Which is very nice. I don't know if it will hold on to the Kozilek cave, to the cold Azek cave. Well, that's another thing that I didn't picture when I was a kid because I wasn't talking English yet. But the volcano, for the English portage at least, it's called Hot Azek, and the cave. Ice cave is called called as egg, and the desert is called dry as egg. Such fine humor. Anyway, also that's we can appreciate quite a dedication. The dev that made those like those sweet sprites for items, which are only useful if you don't do quickly the Ibis Palace quest. And after that it completely disappears from the playthrough. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, we just have to wait. Maybe IRL it was like P time or something. I don't know. This painting on the wall is Captain Haddock. I don't remember if it's this screen especially or another one, but there's one similar to this at least, when directly on the left you have a server chest. I guess you have to use the soul. I for myself tend to wait too long for playing my soul and don't pop them. So, and it's not like it's actually saving you with the bosses. Outside of the fact that when you are about to get it, if you pop your soul, it makes you immune to the incoming attack. Still otherwise people. Well, to be honest, even with investing much more into Intel, which I think Bug should have known, by spamming too much, which you will do if you have enough damage. you will still be out of SP at some point anyway. So. So is it there? Chest on the left. Well, I hope that it's not just wait just to get the SP replenished, because you can just go talk to Angela, the girl that she wakes you up after dawn. That's faster, even with SP. I could have seen a cappella to just pass the time, but I don't know how it will ran on this mic. It's not like I'm a very good singer to begin with. I think I see what's going on. I just noticed that that's a nice detail, but yeah, it's nice that the game is giving you the info that of the plus 4 decks, like the ammo set bonus when you have your cursor on it. I wonder if anyone else who will watch that has completed the Berserker once. Legit. It's quite a feat, because it takes a long work for that is arguably not very good. It's an accessory that gives you light resistance, but not the best in the game. But it's special in the way that when you wear it, it changes your color. The same way that another accessory is changing you to I don't know if it's cursed or unholy, that it's called. But there's the opposite, like unholy colors. And yeah, as this screen on the left, with a silver chest, like I said. Spot kill. But when being blinded, you can see that I'm pretty sure that being blinded halves your accuracy. And yet another misclick, I guess. And he still managed to hit with charge attack with being blind. So you can see that his dexterity was at least 2 times what's needed to hit enemies. So that's a proof that it was okay to have this much. But to be perfectly fair, I don't know at which point it stops to be overkill for me. The will-o-wisp family is not that common of a monster, and it's only one family, so still short on SP. Left screen before the first boss. I don't feel redo the dungeon. I mean, it's not like he has actually the unknown there is quite nice to or not, because he already has a silver ring. I mean, you already do. You always do, because it's from a quest. It's a guarantee. I think that you cannot equip the ghost robe, which arguably could be nice for the octopus. Well, that was fast. So we was grabbing something. Didn't have the time to to come back for the fight. On to, well, I said octopus previously, but actually it said squid. I'm guessing that the difference is that squids are the one that have fins around the head, and that are swimming backwards. But his head is round. Aye, but squids do octopus also. Oh, I'm actually in the picture now. Yeah, this boss can be annoying sometimes. There is a way to you can manage to avoid his gas, his ink gas, but that's not that easy. Job's done. Actually, well, no, I was about to get excited because we get to the desert, but we're playing a Knife Brawler, and with the investment to level what, 3 now, and 0 for Claw. There's no way we are getting some rare drops that would be used to complete the rare drop set. So whatever. Hmm. It's gonna be difficult to beat the boost offered by 8 Vitality on this globe. That's a fairly nice build. But not playing as an archer. It's pretty sad. The same skill, the same thing on the knife. Would have been really good before. +6 with fire effect. That would have been the weapon to go for the kill. Well, it has been ported to my attention that I need to finish the chat for today. So another time I'll comment the other part of this playthrough. Thanks you for watching, and I'll see you another time for part 2. Actually, that wasn't on purpose, but that's about perfectly half the playthrough. See ya!